Welcome to episode 6, Coffee with Kaye.
Episode 6.
Yes. Very good.
That little tiny cup. It's too small.
Okay, now we're all
Josh is very European this morning.
That's what it is. Yes. I got my 2-shot espresso.
I know.
With a little saucer.
Shot. Yes.
But I like to snuggle up to my coffee when
Yes.
it's cold out.
And tap your fingers on the
Yeah.
Well, I
glass.
have no nails right now. I
Well,
guess I have
let's
a
just
few.
define cold because we're here in Pensacola, Florida, and cold out is about 50 degrees. So
Yeah, it might even
Cold.
be warmer than that.
that
right
might
now.
be
You
warmer
gotta
than
be
that.
kidding.
No.
The high is
65.
65.
It's
and you're
68 in
freezing.
here, and I have a jacket on. So
Yeah.
just
It's-
saying.
You definitely adapted to that Florida
I have
mindset,
adapted.
didn't you? Uh-huh.
I know. Well, growing up, the kids always asked me, "How did you do it in New Jersey?" I was freezing all the time. That was my standard answer.
That's funny.
I was always
Well, you get used
cold.
to it when you're born and raised in it.
I wasn't used to it. I was cold always.
You're weird.
Oh, I see. That's just
There's
strange.
an explanation for everything.
This is good. What am I drinking?
What are you drinking?
Guatemalan.
Guatemalan. Yes, this is Guatemalan. I can't remember. I'm blanking on the technical term, like the region that it came from. But yes, it's from the Starbucks Reserve. So
Oh, that's good
this
stuff.
was this was a special batch. It was only done in this small portions, and it was. I wanted to have. I heard about it. I wanted to get it, and I think I got like the last bag. So I was really excited to try it.
It's good. I wanted something that was like, I've been in a mood lately for like that rich.
Yeah, Guatemalan can't
taste.
go wrong.
Yeah, Guatemalan. I'll do that.
Whereas there was a time like the last time with what Dad has, and the peppermint cream, the coconut cream. I really was liking those kind of dessert coffees.
Yeah, it's coconut cream. Good stuff.
Oh yeah,
is
you've got
very
the
yummy.
coconut cream. Yeah, I got you that.
It's like a meal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was really. It was.
tasty.
And then what are you drinking? You're drinking.
Oh yeah,
some
I've got Peruvian espresso right here. So it's a little bit of a lighter type of espresso. But this is I made this from my Nespresso Virtual line.
There we go.
And it's very good. Yeah, it's very good, very tasty. Sometimes espresso definitely is really strong. And sometimes some of the darker roast, it's once again, it's whatever you're in the mood for,
Yeah.
But I think that lighter roast espresso is severely underrated.
Oh, I love it. That kind of is my favorite. I've been kind of gravitating towards the lighter roast because when I read that it was higher in caffeine, that kind of...
that was the...
No, that wasn't.
That was the stimulating factor? Yes. All right.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
More caffeine?
No.
Yeah, that's
but
funny.
it's...
Well, I feel like there's more flavor. See,
You're sleepy. You need
a little bit. I need it.
But I will say,
flavor profiles.
Yes.
In the lighter roast, I feel like you definitely have I think of like Sumatran coffee. With the espresso, kind of very similar type of thing, very earthy.
It's yummy.
But we can't forget the most important ingredient here
Okay.
is water in the monogram K glass.
There we go.
Yes.
Yes, because we were told that our bottles were excessively large because
Yes,
we
it was obstructing
like
Josh's body.
We like
Gain
to
some
stay
weight, will you?
hydrated.
I mean, you come in with the smart water, okay? And we can't put smart water in a bottle that's ergonomically designed. We need to make it the Leaning Tower of Pisa here, water. We're doing these podcasts
every day,
What we
several
like.
times a day.
I know,
Yes.
but when we're doing the podcast and the cap is eye level with everybody watching, I think we can
It's
do
excessive.
some things a
Yes.
little
So
different.
now we're being
Okay.
fancy.
To all those
We
who
are
were
very-
offended by our bottle.
There we go.
Giant
I always
mugs.
forget to drink.
Oh, yeah. I know. We went over this last time.
I forget. So yesterday it was kind of exciting because 2 exciting things happened that have to do with coffee. One, my new my Hounds and Grounds order came in, which
Grounds and Hounds?
Hounds and
Grounds and
Hounds.
Hounds. Grounds and Hounds.
Yeah.
Coffee
We're
first.
going to do a beatbox off of that. Grounds and Hounds and Grounds and Hounds and Grounds and Hounds.
Okay, there we go.
This is it.
I can't.
Grounds and Hounds, if you're going to use that, I want to cut. Okay.
I know, really. But they're doing, they have limited edition of some of their blends, and the blend was a Snow Day is the name of the blend. And I've gotten it before, and I like it. And so I got some ground Grounds and Hounds Snow Blend, and I got some whole bean Grounds and Hounds Snow Blend. So
it's good. No hounds came in the mail.
No, but we did get this big card that said where the money goes and like how many animals gotten fixed because of your help and all that stuff. So it was nice, and I left it. So I'll get it next time. Oh. But the second thing was, one of Josh's students asked him about coffee and said, "You need to tell me a good place that I can get coffee in the morning on the way to work because, okay, hold your ears." She's been getting coffee at convenience stores.
Dun, dun,
oh
dun.
My god! Oh my god!
Anyway,
That's
so we are not even going to say what they're called, but those places.
If you take a pot of coffee and you boil it,
those places that have certain letters. Anyway. And so it was good. She was.
Well, you just don't know what you don't know. We say that all the time.
I know. So we were.
Now this is why we do this podcast.
Yes.
If she had a good cup of coffee, she'd probably freak out.
Oh yeah, like, well, because you don't realize
she doesn't own a coffee machine. So that was the other
mistake number one.
Yeah, I know. So that was the second thing.
She's a novice.
Yes, but she was kind of excited to have somebody that
Well, here was the funny thing.
I just loved how his voice perked up because she's cleaning up, she's putting her violin away, and she says, "I just wanted to ask you about coffee."
What?
Coffee?
All of a sudden, Josh comes alive.
You want to talk about coffee? Huh? What do you want to know? I know a lot about coffee. You want to know about coffee? I'll give you something about coffee. Tell me I can't remember. Cafe latte.
What was that cartoon with the little squirrel that was all hyped up on caffeine?
Hoodwinked.
Hoodwinked, yeah.
What was his name?
Oh my god.
I don't know. And he was, and then they
okay, boss, got it, boss.
Yeah, and they slowed him down on like the reel to reel, and then he was talking in a normal voice, and he was like, "Ooh, that sounds great." Yes, it was a good one.
Funny. Yeah.
Anyway, we kind of just bounced all around that. Just
Twitchy.
Twitchy. There we go. Yeah.
There you go.
That name,
yeah, Twitchy.
That was good.
Yeah.
I know.
Hoodwinked. Another underrated movie.
It's a good one.
You guys should check that out. But anyway, I thought it was a good question. I'm glad you brought it up because I thought maybe we could discuss just a couple minutes on the podcast. If you don't own any kind of coffee making apparatus, where do you start? What is the best thing? And personally, I do not feel that the drip coffee machine is the place to start.
No, that's good. Yeah.
Because,
because it makes him make that face. And that was just really
well, because I think that's where everybody starts.
Yes.
You go to Target, you get the Black & Decker drip coffee machine or Mr. Coffee, right? Yeah. And nothing against those brands or anything, but it's the method in which the coffee gets made that is usually the problem. And when you have the drip coffee, you guys know that the initial layer that first goes in there is incredibly strong, and it gets significantly weaker as it goes to the top.
Oh, is that the problem?
Yes.
Oh, I guess.
And
then
if you let it sit for too long, the coffee gets burned.
It gets acidic.
Exactly. Unless it's community, and then it just tastes terrible no matter what you do. But anyway,
branding
doesn't like chicory.
No. Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah. A lot of people like it. It's
once again, misinformed.
I got an idea. Let's put some Doritos in the coffee. Who doesn't like Doritos? They don't even need a logo.
That's
right?
it. We got some bark outside. We just scrape that down. So anyway, I told her, and I stand by this, that I think getting Keurig is the best way to go.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you fully can understand how good an individualized cup of coffee is until you have it and consume it on somewhat of a regular basis.
Well, what does an Instapod cost versus a Keurig?
It's about the same.
Yeah, so I get the Instapod.
Awesome. Yeah,
because then you have the option.
I go right into the lab, man.
The Instapod. Well, because the Instapod, you can do the K-Cups and you can do the Nespresso capsules.
And they're coming out with more of those capsules. So we have and then what I found this week with the capsules, they have, I found out a while ago, but they're rated. So there's a 9, and then there's a 10, and then there's an 11.
I see that on the box.
Yes, and I thought
that a job you can have where you get to
rate it. No, I thought it was how many pods were in the box. I was like, why is there only 9 in this box?
It's the dark The
level. Range,
yeah.
yes. So the 1 is 11, and I kind of like the 9s. So anyway, it was kind of neat to have, and then Josh orders like the fancy stuff.
Yeah, well, because the Jamaican Blue Mountain
is really yummy.
Yes, and that was a limited time. They probably don't even have any more of that. But you could definitely taste the difference with that one.
Oh, I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, that one massively stands out.
So I agree with you. I think I would have told her to get that.
The Instapot.
Yes.
But if you want just something like, if it's just for one person, it's not expensive to get that little single brew.
Yeah, the Keurig single mini. Right.
Well, it's kind of like if you're unsure about if you're going to like coffee, then that's what you do. But if you're going, go for it.
Yeah.
Instapot.
Right.
Instapot.
Pod.
Right.
Yes.
Pod. That's it.
Well, I think hire somebody to tell you how to work the stupid thing.
That's right. No, you read the book.
YouTube.
If you just read it.
They would take my man card.
That's why you have me to read it.
Men don't read
directions.
Yes. Well,
come on.
I know, but yes. So good. Anyway,
that's good.
But that was nice.
I thought it was good. So because you can get into all the I made both of yours with pour overs, and that was what I was explaining is if you go to Starbucks, that's one of the best things to do. And I don't quite understand. I think some people are just snobby and they don't want to admit it, but Starbucks is really not that bad. Okay, it's really But it's not that bad. If you go and you order,
if you have a lot of spendable, disposable income.
Okay, but still, that's
you're
why
paying $6 for a cup of coffee. That if you did it with
so they make it. But then make it yourself. that's the thing. It's the cheapest alternative is to make it yourself. But if you don't feel like doing it, that's what you're paying for.
I mean, it's so much work.
Right? Yes, press
the button.
Hey,
press the
no.
Sit back
No. You know how long it took for me to make what I just made for you just now?
It took a while.
Yeah, but that's
because he measured.
You have a disease.
But it's the same thing when they make it at Starbucks. It's the same thing. They use timers. They measure it. So.
And then the problem is some of
these. I'm sorry.
Some of these little coffee shops that have good coffee and they do all that measuring and all the exacting, they're not convenient to pull in on your way to work. That's what she was wanting, somewhere she can just get coffee on the way to work.
Yeah. Well.
And it's difficult. And then depending on where you live in various towns or whatever, a lot of these little coffee shops, they're in the town. They're not where you can drive by.
We have one right down the street from here that, they opened up a new location and it was great. But see, they went from a place where it was a drive-through to a place now where it's not
a drive-through.
And I haven't been.
Right, there you go.
So,
because it's, we're all about that
convenient.
Time management.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so what's next? Coffee?
Well, I think we've...
exhausted the coffee topic.
We can jump on T.J. Watts for a while and stomp his name in the ground.
J.J. Watt.
Watt.
Well, yeah, T.J. Watt too.
I won't even say his name right.
I know.
That's a one.
You doofus.
We're
what
very
is he
disappointed.
thinking?
He's not thinking. He's thinking about
Well,
money.
that's what it was, because they paid him a ton.
A lot of money, and he's thinking, if I get hurt, I still get all this money.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did, because it was guaranteed $23 million or something like that.
And he's probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame anyway.
Yes.
Well, but I would think he would.
And he had a teacher somewhere along the line that inspired him.
Yes,
probably getting $30,000.
I'm sure he did.
Just saying.
But I did have a kid at school bring up an interesting, what if scenario. So DeAndre Hopkins used to play for the Texans.
Okay.
Amazing wide receiver, right? And he's playing for the Cardinals. And I think I told you this before. I think that was a factor in there because that's it. Because they're friends, right?
Yeah.
So then J.J. Watt goes, well, now Deshaun Watson, who's the quarterback for the Texans, it's notable that he is not happy where he's at and is looking to move or get traded. What if he ends up what if that was the whole plan the whole time? Was that he was going to go to the Cardinals?
Sounds a lot like LeBron's story.
Right. Exactly. Well, and I think that given LeBron, his credit there, he kind of changed the sports culture, just in the sense of this idea of building a super team, and getting your buddies who are really good to come with you and stuff like that. And I don't know, we haven't really seen that quite in football because it's way more players, it's way more complicated, more complicated contracts and stuff like that. But is it possible that there's a little bit of a mini, LeBron thing going on?
A mini LeBron.
Starting with DeAndre Hopkins, moving to the Cardinals. They've got Kyler Murray as the quarterback, who did really well.
They're going to find out what Cleveland did.
Yes.
Those guys are going to get hurt.
Yes.
When you
got all your eggs in we're a great team basket, and all of a sudden they're not there no more.
Speaking of Cleveland,
are we speaking of Cleveland?
Are we talking about
dare we speak of Cleveland?
We always speak of Cleveland.
Okay.
Right.
And Baker, who's fantastic.
I have to tell you, I'm so blown away by those stats, man.
Woo!
Why don't you explain to what it was?
It's Baker.
Yay.
Baker Mayfield.
We want Baker to
tell us what it was. Seeing UFOs, We celebrate you, Baker. There's a home in Gulf Breeze for you.
That's right, man. Come on over. Oh, man. Yeah.
We might have to cut
for
that.
those of you,
nobody knows the Gulf Breeze story.
Well, now they're going to have to.
now we have to
Google
explain.
it.
So,
Google it. Yeah.
No, don't explain.
All right. No, that's right. They're going to shut us down. Exactly. So just Google it, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to get a visit from the Men in Black tonight. I know it's happening.
I remember when all that happened.
I know.
It's like, what the heck is going on here?
Oh my gosh. So anyway, I remember reading books in the library on it.
I remember meeting the author of one of the books.
Yes, that's right.
So funny.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, moving on so we don't get shut down. This is looking at the stats. The first 45 career starts for Baker Mayfield compared to Tom Brady.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. Baker Mayfield has 10,914 yards, and Tom Brady had 9,977.
Say what?
So he had more yards, more passing yards.
So the GOAT's got a mirror.
Yeah. Completion percentage: Baker 61.7, Tom Brady 61.9.
Wow, a little bit helps.
Almost,
yeah.
right?
0.2.
7.4 yards per attempt compared to Tom Brady's 6.7.
Gutsy her.
Yes.
There we
Baker
go.
Mayfield had 75 touchdowns, 43 interceptions. Tom Brady had 65 touchdowns, 38
So this is
interceptions.
the same place in their career?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then the passer rating. Baker Mayfield's pass rating is 88.9. Tom Brady was 85.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. So now you can't read too much into this because
but this guy has potential.
That's exactly what that says. Yes.
I mean, if you think that he doesn't, then you need to read those stats and really think about it.
Well, watch the film, watch the tape,
and he's growing up.
Yeah,
he's maturing.
He's maturing.
Yeah, well, and I think that Kevin Stefanski's system, when he finally kind of straightened him out about halfway through the season, that made the biggest difference in the world. Is he needed direction.
Yeah.
And he got it, and then I think he thrived. And now, I think that he's going to take on more of a leadership role. I mean, he's always been a leader.
Yeah, he's a leader.
But I think he's going to take up even more.
Did they give him that fifth-year option?
They haven't announced it yet, but I mean,
it's, they'd be really stupid not to.
Well, that's it. And I think that he'll
go to the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, I know, right? No, don't say that. Don't say
All
that.
He's got to do is go.
Know, right? Right.
What are my options?
Well, that's it. So now I don't see that happening, but I did see something that was interesting. Kyle Rudolph, who was the tight end in Minnesota, was really good tight end. It hit the free agency, and he's friends with Stefanski. So I was wondering, because they're talking about getting rid of Njoku, I'm wondering if they're going to replace him with Rudolph, and that would be insane because we know he's really good.
Yeah.
And even though I really like Njoku, I think Njoku's in a place where he just doesn't want to be here, and I feel like he'll do better.
Yeah, have your heart in it. Man.
That's what it is. He'll do better somewhere else, you know. So as long as he doesn't go to the Steelers, the Bengals, I think we'll be okay.
Okay,
competition.
there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
That's it.
Alrighty.
So we're in the off season, and it's all off season crazy talk. But I'm thinking that within the next couple of days we'll know some more. And all the pro days are happening now too, so it's getting ready for the draft. So that'll be interesting. We'll have some things to say about that a little later on. But yeah, it's definitely exciting gearing up for next year. So.
Yeah, it's fun.
Awesome.
Yes, it is.
All right, so not last podcast, 2 podcasts ago. We still got one in the can. We got to get out this week, probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
We did the
love songs.
Yes, the greatest love songs, and then 20 love songs we never want to hear again. And you responded. Yeah, that's what it said.
No, I know. Not necessarily we didn't want to hear them
No,
again. But that was
what Rolling Stone didn't want to hear
right.
again. But there was some very, very interesting comments. First of all, somebody told us, I got to look up who it was, you forgot Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how did we do that?
How did we miss that one?
How did we miss that?
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Yes.
But just the volume, the library of great love songs.
Well, I think that's why.
But
and
I mean, that's no excuse.
Yeah,
that
but
song should have been
one,
like number 1.
Yeah, that's
a great
the
one.
That one should have been at the top of the list.
There was a story behind that song that it actually had different lyrics to begin with.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
And then he wasn't happy with the lyrics, and he just scrapped them, and he just started playing the melody, and he came up with what happens to a man when he falls in love, and he ends up writing this incredible song.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's cool.
So that was
well,
good.
and that
That's
really
great.
is a great song.
Good on you for bringing that up.
Yes, I know. And what did somebody else said? How could you talk about love songs and not mention the
Bee Gees.
Bee Gees?
Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Which your secret it's at Ron's playlist.
What?
Ron's playlist. Shh.
Oh, I like the Bee Gees. I mean,
it's not a closet Bee Gee liker.
No, I mean, I think when I was in the 70s, I'd never admit liking the Bee Gees.
Right.
But now that I'm older and I've mellowed somewhat, their music is awesome. And
the harmony.
their voices were just so unique.
Isn't that the Bee Gees?
No.
No? That's not the Bee Gees.
No. Yes, I am. No, that's not.
Staying alive.
I know that, but that's not a love
really a
song.
love
That's what I'm
song.
trying.
I know,
I'm
it's
trying to
not.
think. Like, what are some of their
You'd have to
love
look
songs?
at your phone. I'd have to look at
There's
the
a
names.
ton of them, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the high falsettos.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Coffee's kicking in. So
There you go.
Okay, and then Josh would be very remiss for not mentioning Sam Cooke.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, shame on you, Joshua.
Oh, I know.
You call yourself a Sam Cooke fan.
Oh, I know. No, that was a good catch right there too. Yes. Sam Cooke.
So this way, it was really fun hearing the comments and stuff from our listeners and our followers on.
Got more.
I know on Facebook and Instagram. It was nice.
Yeah,
but no, keep going. I was looking up the Bee Gees.
Love is in the air. That's a
Love is in the
Love
air.
Boat song.
Yeah.
That was something. When we finished, we started talking about Barry White. That reminds me of Barry.
That's
White.
right.
That's another one we
You'll
did.
never find.
No, we did. We talked about Barry White.
Did we?
No, I don't think we did. I think we got another.
You gotta do Barry White. And now here's the thing with Barry White: is it the song or is it the singer?
It's the singer.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the singer.
It is the singer.
Because I mean,
But the singer's a huge part of the song.
Because I think Barry White could be like, oh,
we didn't mention Al Green either.
You're so fine, you blow my mind, hey Mickey, and everybody would be like, it's the greatest love song ever, Barry White.
That's it.
I'm speechless after that.
You're so silly.
Classics for Traces.
Classics for Traces.
Oh yeah, Traces. I know. I can't reach to plug this in. Where am I going?
Okay, just
I'm
it goes
sorry.
right behind it.
Heart. All I want to do is make love to you. Air Supply. All out of love.
I'm
that's
all
not
out
a.
of love.
Yeah, that's
I'm so lost
that's not
without you.
I sure wish you loved me.
Yeah, that's not
That's
a
not a
love
love
song.
song.
Disagree on that one.
I did the same thing because I thought about Al Green. Like when I started looking at these, I thought about Al Green and that I'm so in love with you.
Yeah.
Oh
but
yeah.
then, but when you listen to the song, I know maybe it's a love song, but it's all like they broke up and he's coming back and he's like, take me back,
he's
baby.
pining.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but okay.
Okay.
What else?
Okay. Aerosmith.
Oh,
I don't want to miss a thing.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Yeah, that's
that's
classic
a good
stuff
When
there.
I dream of you. Oh, that's a beautiful song. Sweetest dream I'll never do. I shall miss you, baby.
Okay.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Well,
Yes,
one person said there are not many new ones out there.
No.
Now what does that? I mean, I have to agree.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
not in the the form of these incredible timeless classics. There's nothing new out there like
what's
that.
that
So you
one?
have to,
There's that one that.
but what does that say about society? You know,
Well,
I think everybody's gotten so self-centered that a love song doesn't fit the mold.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, interesting commentary on society.
Yes.
It's sad.
Yeah.
You know, but there was that one. What's that one about? Oh shoot, the piano guys do it in the piano. I can't think of it. Oh well, it's a newer one. Yeah, it's so memorable.
Yeah, that's good.
But it's about how you're beautiful, but you don't know it. What's that one?
Oh,
You're beautiful.
no, not that one because we said that was the worst one. No,
Yeah.
it's the What Makes You Beautiful.
Yeah,
Is that the one you're thinking of?
maybe.
Baby, you light up my world like
No.
no.
I don't know. I'll
Beautiful
remember.
and you don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
You're insecure.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's an interesting comment. Otis, looks like Bronson. Songs to the Key of Life is a great album. Ask the Negative, does the music? Sorry, you got it wrong by saying thumbs down in a
Yes.
worse song.
And he wrote it
Really?
in all caps.
I know,
I
yeah.
know.
He was spanking us, man.
Not me, because I like.
I know.
Well, it turns out that
Yeah.
a lot of people like Stevie Wonder, and they
Yes.
were,
Well, of course, no.
you can't diss on Stevie
It's not
Wonder.
a commentary. Well, I guess maybe it is, but look, I think even Stevie Wonder would admit that's not his best song. Okay.
Well, no, it's not his best
way
song.
better. That song, I Was Made to Love Her. Like, that song right there. That's beautiful. My Sharia Moore.
Yes.
Come on. I mean, he wrote so many good love songs.
But
That one was
the
so
point
corny.
wasn't-
So
It wasn't
cheesy.
dumping
It's
on
not-
Stevie
No,
Wonder,
and
per
the-
se.
but
Yeah.
the point wasn't we're picking the top Stevie Wonder songs. It was just that song sticks out. Everybody knows that song
Yeah.
because it really,
Yeah.
like I said, it
suppose.
has a hook. It sticks in your head. How many times you pick up the phone? And I mean, I used to pick up the phone and say,
I was
"I
gonna
just called to say I love you." And
Mark Harris said
Yeah.
the Stevie Wonder song is a classic
yes,
staple.
it is.
I listen
Yeah.
to it all the time, and I'm only 35.
There you go.
So, Joshua Kaye, it is timeless.
It is timeless.
See, he's
There
probably
you go.
friends with Danielson
Yeah,
or
with the
something.
other guy.
Because,
That's all right.
because he was giving me a hard time about
We are
this
just
too.
naming names today, boy. We are.
Cherish
Cherish
is the word. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Describe.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think those were incredibly good comments by
Yes.
very astute listeners, and sometimes they took us to school there.
That's
Yeah,
good.
it was
I
great.
love it.
No,
I
yeah,
love
I
it.
think that was great because
It is.
okay, we say all right, we're music experts, and we are, but I mean the thing is, it's still
Everybody
you don't know
has an
everything,
opinion,
right? You don't know everything,
And this was something,
well-
and I was sharing with Josh this week. I was trying to work with a class about critical thinking on songs. Don't just tell
yes.
me I hate that song. I hate it. It's trash. And that's what they do. We're doing March Madness with Quaver songs, and so you have to listen to 2 songs, decide, and we made our brackets and all this.
Cool.
So yeah, but I'm not letting them just say I hate that one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, why do you hate it? Why do you
Probably
hate that
the number
song?
one reason I hear it too much.
Yeah,
They
overplayed.
get sick of
right?
hearing it. you
Right.
know?
Well, that's actually probably more for adults, but kids listening, critical
It's totally
listening,
different. No,
they
it's
don't
right.
really
Think about how many times, and the parents that are listening to this, think about how many times you've heard Frozen.
let it go.
Okay.
Let it
Yeah,
go.
but I mean that's
they
that's
love
the thing,
that song,
right? And
they
it's
love
not
it.
just it's not just that, but that's just one example. Like they will watch the same things over and over and
Yes,
over.
and
That's
not
why,
get
like,
sick
I
of
So
get-
does that work for Titanic?
I know.
She won't even watch
that-
the movie.
Yeah,
No,
that's it.
that's it.
That's
Oh, I can't watch that.
That's it. Between Titanic and Wizard of Oz, you
Those
just can't do it.
get
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
You want to torture me?
That's it.
I don't like true stories where everybody dies. What's
That's
you know
not the
end.
Wizard of Oz.
Well,
Yeah, right? Come on.
Hey, what in the world is going on in there?
That's it.
too much baggage.
You know when that you know the story when the house falls on the ship and it sinks and the guy behind the curtain comes out and pulls it up again.
We have lost our minds.
Yes, I think
Yes,
that
that
ship
was
has sailed.
Oh, my
What are did he put in the coffee today?
Yeah.
Next week we'll be drinking Irish coffee.
Yeah,
and we probably
and St.
will.
Patrick's Day. Yay! That's it.
There we go. There's always an excuse.
Embracing our heritage there. We do. We have, don't we? There's a lot of Irish in there
I'm
somewhere.
sure
I got the red beard, I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, there is that on the Miller side of
Your
the
side?
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nana was a Miller. I think there was Irish in that side.
There we go.
German.
All right.
Who knows?
Close enough. We'll claim it. Guinness for everyone.
There we go. Now we're
That's
talking.
it. Oh man.
Any other comments
That
about
was good.
about
we pretty much covered them. I mean, that was it.
That was the bulk of
That
them.
was the bulk of them.
That was nice. I love it. I love
Yeah,
that.
it was great comments, very insightful people listening, and their comments were golden. And we have to admit when we're wrong, and if we left something out, it wasn't on purpose. It's just such a huge
There's a lot
to draft from.
But that's what my point was with doing this lesson with these children at school was you are allowed to have your opinion. And I told them, you cannot like something and I can like it. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But it's really good to know why don't you like it.
So what
And
did they
that's-
say? Why was there
okay,
reason?
so this one boy said that he didn't like this one song. It was a jazz song. And it was just an instrumental jazz song. It was actually very nice, something he's not used to listening to.
That could be.
And I asked him, why don't you like it? You have to be specific. He says, I don't like the instruments. So I said, okay, well, let's go with that. So we listened. Okay, it had drums. It had...
Oh, wait, you can't go...
Well, that's what I'm saying. There you go. It had
Right,
keyboard.
yeah.
It had a bass. It had a guitar.
Okay.
And it had a saxophone. Which
But
will
it's
lead
not
into
the
our next...
instruments, it's the style.
That's what I told him.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah. It's
so,
the way the
okay,
instruments
don't
are
listen
being
to
used.
music that has those 5 instruments,
good
and
luck.
that kind of limits you.
Yes.
And then
Just
there
a
was
little bit.
one recorder song
There's
on
Gregorian chant.
And
Are they a big fan of that?
Ah, see, that's what you need to do. You need to play for him some Gregorian chant. Be like, hey, this is what
there.
you
So
said.
that was
Yeah.
it. I was trying to
that's
tell him
great.
it wasn't the instruments you didn't like.
Yeah.
It's how it was
how they're being
put
used.
together that you didn't
The
like.
group Chicago, I believe it was the 60s, might have been the early 70s, put together their first album, and they had a song called, I think it was Traffic.
Oh.
Is the name of it.
Yeah.
And
yeah. And it
it's
sounded like traffic.
5 minutes of complete and utter
Chaos.
noise.
Yes.
So
And
they
then
went
it
John
breaks into
Cage
a
on
wild
that.
jam, and
Wow.
they
It
were
is very
awesome.
cool.
They made it work,
Yeah. Yep.
But it annoyed me every time I heard it. It was the first.
That's John
minutes
Cage.
were-
It is.
That's that kind of.
But you know,
stuff right there.
it's just good to think. Like I said, I told this kid, you're allowed to not like it, and you're really allowed to not even know why you don't like it. But it's
No, you're not.
Yeah, right.
Well, you
but
wanna
it's good to
intelligently
Not in
speak
my
it.
yes,
room.
Yeah.
it's good to critically think about stuff.
And help
like
you
that.
communicate
So, and
better.
I think it's great because there was another song that they listened to that was a recorder song, and it has this annoying like little kid ba ba ooh la la eat your pizza in the car,
Yeah,
and they
I know.
all hated
I
that
hate it.
one
Yeah.
because the voice was annoying, and so but there was no drums, and there was no saxophone, and there was no
Yeah.
guitar, and I said to him, so listen to ba ba ooh la la, and he was like,
no.
no.
That's good. That's
So it
good.
was a very good lesson. But that leads us, unless we're still on this, it leaded us because I mentioned
It
this-
leaded us?
It led us.
You know, I was willing to like ignore that and pretend like it didn't happen.
Oh,
and then
no,
you
I
said
had to
it,
call
so-
him.
I know. How do you spell it?
I'm
No,
going
it's-
to check your water glass.
That's right. But it
See
leads
some lead in there,
That's right.
in that water, yeah.
into our topic
It's
that
got
Josh
spider
wanted
legs,
to
man.
discuss
Yeah,
today.
right.
How are we doing with our time?
We're
I'm sorry.
doing good. I mean,
All
I
right.
guess we could take a break. I guess we could take a break.
All right.
Sure, we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, and now we're back.
Wow.
It
We are fast.
was a great break.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It's good. So,
Yes.
you said this was going to lead us into...
The saxophone.
Oh,
You're going to go there?
are we going to go there?
Well, you wanted to go there. I don't know.
It's not just the saxophone, but for me, it's brass in general. One of the great things I like is the funky trombone that's used in a lot of funk songs.
Yeah.
You know, Tower of Power and all
Yeah.
those. I mean,
Yeah.
Fred, what was his name, Weatherby or...
Man, I know exactly. I knew you were going to ask me.
I don't know.
I'm going to look it up because I knew you were going to ask me. because I'm thinking Fred Willard, and I know that's
That's
not
not it. No, it is not.
No.
You guys are so good at remembering.
I know
those
it's
Well,
not.
details.
I could picture him in my head. We've talked to him. I mean,
Yeah.
I know who that
Wesley.
guy is.
Fred Wesley.
Yeah.
There we go. Fred
Okay.
Wesley.
Yeah. Not.
All right, kids,
Not like
go
Archie's.
Google Fred Wesley. All
Okay,
right.
kids.
Yeah.
It's grown-ups.
But his trombone playing is so powerful,
Mm-hmm.
and it distinct. Makes that music distinct.
Yeah.
That adding that in there.
Yeah.
And powerful. And Tower of Power does the same thing, man.
Yeah.
Their brass section,
The brass section
that made
is
that
awesome.
band.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
And
There
really-
are awesome musicians in that
Right.
band. From the drums, Garibaldi on the drums, Rocco Pressi on the bass, and that horn section, and then those incredible singers. It's like, oh my God! It's how much talent can you put
I
in
know.
one
Yeah.
room?
Well, that was it when they had their original singer, and then after I think he died. I
Yeah,
think
he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then it was like, well, where are
are
you
we
going to
gonna
go
do?
from
But
there?
they did,
And then
yeah.
they did. They found several others. So I
But
mean,
the same with Chicago. I mean, that was one of the reasons I loved
Well,
Chicago
yeah,
so
Chicago's
much was
It was good.
The brass section.
They brought that into rock and roll.
Yes.
Which was and it's like that one song. They don't call that rock and roll. What's that one song
they don't call that rock and roll.
by the guy that does Money for Nothing?
Oh,
It ain't what I call
rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
Yeah,
because
Sultans of Swing. Yeah.
because I didn't like horns in
Right.
rock and roll.
Right.
And I'm thinking, man, you just that's so ignorant.
yeah.
Well, I think the song that comes to my mind that really stands out about the rock band, the horns being so powerful in the rock music is that 25 or 64.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean that was the first one I remember really hearing how powerful those horns are, because the drum beat, the bass line, that do 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 do,
Yeah.
right? And so it sets it up, and it's like a plane taking off, because then when the horns come in, bang, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like now you just took off,
And that's another one of those groups who survived many member changes.
Oh yeah, lots of
yeah.
Yep.
It's
From
it.
lead singer on down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many drummers. They must have probably had 6 different drummers in there.
Wow.
I just was
when we
impressed
got- I'm sorry, go
I
ahead.
saw Chicago a couple of times in concert, but the one time, I mean, it was just so impressive to see so many people on the stage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and they all had
like-
their act together.
Yes,
That's even more
yes.
impressive.
And playing together.
Yeah.
And,
Well,
it was really awesome.
I think the thing about a Chicago concert is, as long as they're in tune.
Yeah.
Because I went to a concert, it was an outdoor amphitheater,
Oh yeah.
and a couple somebodies weren't in tune.
Oh yeah.
And
was
it was-
I at that one? Is this
I
the
don't
one
know, I
we're
don't
thinking
remember.
of?
It was a torturous 2-hour concert.
Yeah.
Like you're going like this the whole time because you love the song and you want to really get into the song, but something's off here, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I've seen them where they got all their act together and they just completely smoke you. You know,
Right,
and
right.
they blow you away with their mastery.
Sometimes the outdoor venues are not all they're cracked up to be
Yeah,
because
No,
of that.
the sound, and they
that-
can't hear as much on the stage. I
Right.
think that's the problem.
Well, and then you also throw in the fact, like, think about it like this. I read about this a long time ago, but you know how, like, when you're on the road and an ambulance is coming towards you, you hear the sirens, and you pull over and you hear it, and then it passes you and it's
Yeah.
it changes pitch,
Yes, yeah.
because of how the sound is traveling to get to
Right.
your ears,
so that's going to happen.
and that's going to
So-
happen outside.
So don't put any of them guys in an ambulance.
Yes.
that's the lesson.
Or maybe you
Awesome.
do that quadraphonic sound thing.
Hey, there you go.
Sound around the arena.
Well, seriously, if they had monitors that were like in the back of the amphitheater, I think it would help with the sound issues.
Right.
But yeah.
But here we are criticizing some of the all-time great musicians.
Oh,
so,
I know.
Yeah.
it's
Really.
tongue in cheek.
Well, this is the interesting thing. So, kind of what made this come up was just I read this article that was just basically whatever happened to the saxophones, and how come we're not seeing them? But I think it's true to be said for the whole brass section in
Yes.
general. Yeah, what happened to the brass sections? I think we hear a lot of strings. I think in modern music, I think more than people realize. even if it's been synthesized, it's still in there.
Well, to be clear, we do understand that the saxophone is a woodwind.
Yes,
so I just don't want any of our listeners to think that we have
lost our minds.
Yes, it's a woodwind instrument, but we typically done with the brass section.
Yes, very often in rock it is.
In rock music,
and it's a very extremely powerful instrument all by itself. Which one?
The saxophone?
Yeah. Which is interesting to
work
witness because.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's of course you have to sing that.
Well,
song.
I actually did some research because we met
on
we
the
met
saxophone
on a famous saxophonist because we met him and he was, of course, like all of these great musicians, extremely humble and nice and kind. And then we saw him play, and this is Charles Dechant, who is an American saxophonist, and he played for many people, but most famously for Hall & Oates.
Oh, yeah. And, God, was he
and
good.
We got to see him at Jazz Fest.
He was in Pensacola.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we saw him. He kind of just sat in with a group at Jazz Fest, which was amazing.
All humble. He gets up there like he was just...
like some guy in the audience. And then
just brings everybody to tears with his music.
Amazing. And I think the thing that I love about listening to the saxophone, that's when it's played really well, is it sounds so much like a human voice. It mimics the human voice.
It gets the emotion out.
And and then he has such famous solos in some of Hall & Oates' songs that makes the song is that saxophone solo is like and
it's the hook.
It really is. It really, really is. So he played on I Can't Go For That. And he played on Man Eater, Say It Isn't So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he was on.
But he also, and so often is the case with woodwind players, the saxophonists in particular, they also double on the flute, which I never really got that.
Why?
Because it's not the same embouchure. I mean, it's totally different.
But very similar.
Reed.
But the flute doesn't have a reed.
The flute doesn't?
No.
Oh, flute. I was thinking clarinet. I'm sorry.
No, so that's... it's very common that saxophonists double on the flute, which is just a common thing.
Just having played both, I mean, it's really not that hard. Like, I don't know. It's a lot more challenging for me. Like, I'm not, this guy, but it was a lot more challenging for me playing the clarinet than it was playing the flute or the saxophone.
Really?
Yeah, because of the break. That weird break.
You have to flip it. Well, maybe that's it, because I played the clarinet, so I never played the saxophone or the flute.
Yeah, that's it.
But it was, he also played the flute on several things. So when we saw Hall & Oates that year in concert, which was a huge, wonderful thing in my life that my husband did for me, we saw him. But we saw him. We saw this Charles Dechant. We saw him play the saxophone and the flute at that concert. So.
We did meet him though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Because we met him at Jazz Fest.
That's what it was.
And I think we met him like we just met him.
Yeah.
And then he gets up and plays. Like, we didn't even know.
Yeah, we were talking to him.
So
and we didn't know.
It goes to what you were saying about the humility.
Yeah.
How he was just a regular guy, and he was just excited to be there.
And he
like, hang on, I gotta go do this real quick.
I know, that was it. That was like, and then we were like,
Here,
oh my
this.
God. That was,
I'll be right back.
It was so amazing. And then we weren't planning on seeing Hall & Oates that night, and then I was like, Hall & Oates are here, then Dad got the tickets and we went, and it was very exciting. It was very exciting.
Stuff.
It was great. But it was really, in particular, great to see him after that experience, too, and to hear him and to hear those iconic solos on the saxophone. So,
So
it was really exciting.
The moral of the story is learn how to play the sax.
Learn to play the saxophone.
That's right.
Learn
and I'll just play just what I feel.
Yeah. That's right.
I play just what I feel.
They call Alabama the Crimson Tide. So.
I
really. Call me Deacon Blues.
Yes,
so
there you go.
I have to bring this up because this is me and we're talking about the saxophone. Okay, so the saxophone was invented by a man named Adolph Sax.
Yes, right? Not Adolph Saxophone.
No, he was Adolph Sax.
It's like
and became the saxophone.
Dr. Seuss and the sousaphone.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
No,
not at all.
It's not.
Not at all. It was, no.
Can't blame me for trying.
We can talk about the sousaphone.
No, we're not going to go there. But yeah,
we are
oh
not.
my God,
doing
that's
that.
funny.
They'd probably censor them nowadays anyway.
That's it.
The blend.
Oh man!
Okay.
So anyway, Adolf Sax invented the saxophone when he was 2 years old. He fell out of a second-story window and fractured his skull.
Oh,
when
God.
he was 6 years old, he mistakenly drank boric acid. When he was 9, he fell over a small cliff and broke his leg. When he was 11, he contracted measles and was in a coma for 9 days.
Holy
Oh
cow.
my gosh, he had a tough
When
life.
he was 14, he broke his arm when he got caught in a carriage door. When he was 19 years old, he was struck in the head by a falling brick.
Holy cow.
When he was 23 years old, he almost died from the effects of tainted wine. And when he was 29, that was when he invented the saxophone.
Wow.
Clearly,
so
someone didn't
So
want the
was-
saxophone
that
invented.
was it. There
Was it the brick that
What was the stroke of
did
genius?
it? Was that
Was
the stroke of genius?
It was the wine.
That's an amazing life.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my
Yeah.
goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
pretty insane, right?
That is.
Like,
So-
man, oh man, he went through some stuff.
He
yeah.
did.
So, yeah.
And he invented the saxophone.
And he invented the saxophone.
He named it after
That's
himself.
right. And now people play just what they feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, and it's I'm always getting a little updates on stuff. One of my colleagues, Mr. Van, in case he's listening,
Mr. Van.
Yeah.
yay, he plays the saxophone.
Yes.
And he went to Troy University, so he talks highly of the saxophone teacher there and other famous saxophonists.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Dad today, there's a book called Mama Don't Allow, and it's a great book about a little alligator that plays the saxophone.
Oh, really?
And Mama Don't Allow No Saxophone Playing Around Here.
That's a song.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the book is kind of based on the song, but
Oh,
it's
that's
really
cool.
it's really cute. It's well illustrated. I wish I knew like who wrote it and all that, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you next time. But it's really a good story about the saxophone
Yeah.
for kids. Summer, read that book.
There you go.
It's
There you go.
it's the parental tolerance factor. You know, are they going to tolerate all that squeaking and squawking until they get halfway decent? It's
Yes.
kind of like the parents of drummers. You know.
I know, right?
I
Yeah.
know. Or the
Here,
wife of a
I've
drummer.
got it.
Well, you know.
I've got it right here. Mama Don't Allow, book by Thatcher Hurd.
Yeah, it's a great book.
There
It
you go.
really is. So Mr. Van read it last year to the children, and then he would play the saxophone, and he would make, because it would say he squawked and squeaked, and then he would get a
He would
saxophone
squawk and squeak. Yeah, that's cool.
It was a really great illustration, and then
Yeah.
he plays beautifully at the end, and Mr. Van plays beautifully. So
Yeah.
it was a really nice.
That's cool.
That's
And
a good teacher.
yeah, it's
Absolutely.
good. It was great. It was a very good
Very good.
good lesson. So
Very good.
yep.
So at some point we'll have to think, maybe for the next episode we get together and think what are our best saxophone songs, right? Or horn section songs.
Well,
So
that'd
we
be-
could do,
yeah.
do a list
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
that
It'd
would
be
be
like Tower
interesting.
of Power number
Yeah,
1, Tower
right.
of Power
I
number
know, right?
Oh yeah, but we
That's
have to like broaden it. We can't just do Tower Power in Chicago. That's too easy. We
The
gotta
Funk
find
Brothers.
some, some specific.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
can't just keep singing "Learn to Work."
No, we just
Well,
keep doing
Steely
that.
Dan, man.
Steely Dan,
yeah.
awesome.
But here's the weird thing about that song. Deacon Blues is the name of the song,
Yes.
right? Okay, there is no saxophone.
In the song.
Yeah.
No, but
I know.
there's not even the guy that the song's about, because he drinks,
Yeah,
he
that's
drinks
it.
whiskey
Right.
all night long and
Right.
dies in a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
why
sort
it's-
of
That's
sad.
yeah,
Blues.
yeah.
It's as sad as
I
a
guess
dirge.
it's a
I
song.
guess.
and it's
It
interesting.
just
Well,
has
and I
a
guess
hook.
he's saying he's going to learn to work. So
I don't know.
I don't know.
Now
He's
it's,
dissecting
now
these
I'm
songs.
The best
depressed.
laid plans of men, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
then there's that one I keep thinking about. What's his name? That's in the Eagles. He played with his bass player.
Joe Walsh.
Oh, Joe Walsh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does the
Yeah.
one about the trombone.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been staying at home. Right.
Playing trombone.
Playing trombone. Yeah. That's a great song.
And they do.
Only the mind of Joe Walsh could
Yeah.
conceive
That
that
was a
song.
good one.
It's
It's
so
a great
perfect
one.
for him, man.
Yeah.
But that song,
That's awesome.
I came up one time at the gym on my little elliptical with like a whole lesson based on that song, because he starts out with like ch-ch, ch-ch, And
good little rhythm.
And then it adds in some percussion, and it adds in. It's
good.
really great how it builds, and then it builds to the
That's cool.
Joe Walsh is a genius musically. I mean, even his early stuff was really good, and I remember going to Kent State, and he spent a lot of time hanging around Kent State when he was nobody.
Yeah.
And there was talk about him then.
Yeah.
He was a special musician,
That's cool.
in high demand. And just thinking, if you could, I really dig the Eagles. I think I'm going to go see if I could join their band.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
That's it.
What instrument did you create?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
How many decades have you been making hit songs?
But that was the thing, is like they respected him.
They did.
So that they were,
and they got it. The prize was his vocals.
I know, isn't that funny?
It's
like,
his
who would have
hits, those
thought?
harmonies and all that. Plus,
Yeah.
his leads are just
Well,
to die for.
I mean, he's
So tasteful.
master guitarist. Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway,
Absolutely.
so I just brought
good.
that
So
up.
there's another name for you kids. And Google Joe Walsh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, we could go ahead and wrap it up right there. That was fun. So look forward to doing another episode with you guys. And this is going to be the last time I see you guys for a while. But I'm just kidding.
You're going to play jazz trombone?
That's what I'm going to do. That's it. No, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. Can't get rid of me that easy.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for listening to us, listening to the podcast Coffee with the Kays. If you are watching us on YouTube, please give us a comment, give us hit the subscribe button, like this video, share it with your friends and family. Even if there's people you don't like, share it with them too, okay?
Just to piss them off.
That's it.
They didn't like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, exactly. Go at it. We take it. Absolutely. Oh, man. Be sure, if you are interested in learning to work the saxophone, you can give us a call or send us a message, musiclessonspensacola.com. We are based in Pensacola, Florida. However, we teach online lessons. We are very successful, and we can teach you wherever you are all around the world. And we look forward to helping you in your next musical endeavor. The intro and outro music was provided by Ron Kaye on album K-Struction that you can find on Apple Music, Spotify.
I love that little ditty before and after this show.
There you go.
I do.
Emerald Coast Sunsets.
It's a beautiful song.
Good.
Yeah.
It's a great theme song for us. So hope you enjoy it. So check out, if you want to hear more, check that out on Apple Music, Spotify, and everywhere you are streaming music, even in this own channel. You got it. So go check it out. All right. Thank you very much for joining us for Coffee with the Kays.